It's just so simple. My drink of choice, my drink of preference in a bar, plain simple vodka lemonade. You cannot go wrong with a vodka lemonade. Or vodka Sprite if you're in America. This really confused me when I went to America. I was like, I'll have a vodka lemonade, and they looked at me like, what the fuck are you on, mate? I'm like, what? They don't call it lemonade there, they call it Sprite, so it's like a vodka Sprite. Ugh. Anyways, vodka Sprite is my drink of choice. It's great because it gets you drunk and it just tastes like Sprite. It's amazing. The Sprite like absorbs the taste of the vodka or something. I don't know how it works. Dude, why not brown ale? Oh, I don't drink beer and stuff. I just drink spirits. I really like drinking beers that much. I'm a spirit kind of guy. Especially to get drunk. Drinking like beers and stuff to get drunk takes an eternity. I have to drink so much. Anyways, the top left hand side, our blue Zerg player. This, of course, is Stephano. And to the one right, our red Zerg is Nerchio. Lemonade does not equal Sprite, but it does in England. Like, in England, lemonade is Sprite. We have a different name for, like, the lemonade you guys have in America. That's what I'm saying. It's like a cultural difference. Imagine that. Different current countries are different. Oh my god. I can't believe it. No, it's kind of weird when I first went to America, though. And everyone's just like, what the fuck are you on about? I was like, oh, okay, guys. Get Wardy wrecked on vodka. Check, says Albert. Albert, I hope you know I am bringing the vodka when we go to Austin. So, do not worry. Do not worry. What do you call lemonade? I don't know. I guess it is kind of... it's... I don't know how to describe it, I guess. I don't know how we would call it, because we don't really have it here, I guess, is the thing. I think we call it, like, maybe cloudy lemonade or something. I'm not sure if that's really the same. Yeah, the American lemonade is called cloudy lemonade. Yeah, I think that's what we call it, like cloudy lemonade. Brits call Sprite lemonade. Yeah, you do. There's literally in the stores. If you go to a supermarket in the UK and you go and buy some lemonade, you will end up with something that tastes and looks like Sprite or 7-Up or something along those lines. This is such a silly conversation. I'm not going through this. This is unimportant to the match at hand, which has, fortunately enough, been a very passive start-off in the ZvZ. Obviously not really anything too crazy so far, as we do see a few links just coming out from Nerchio. Worker count is fairly similar, a little bit kind of Stephano favor, because I think Nerchio is stacking up a lot of lings to move across the map. Once he gets ling speed, he pushes that overlord just a little bit further away. So he actually might be able to hide this for a moment. As we are going to be seeing those zerglings coming across the map, Nerchio will be coming in towards the upper left-hand side. A couple of queens here right now from Stephano are going to be having a little bit of a fight against this overlord. So overlord being pushed away from Nerchio, but he's got the lings to take advantage of those queens being forwards, and he knows it. Coming in right now, those queens are a little bit of trouble, and Stephano has to react to this. Wow, that's just a straight-up GG. He just doesn't have the units. He just nearby Sainsbury's. It was like completely, you were like weird if you went fully dressed. Like people would just be like, you know, all the students just like rocking in like, you know, 3 PM, they just rock in like their fucking onesies and like their fucking like their fucking like fluffy socks and shit. Just like getting there, like, you know, just doing some general casual shopping as you do. Yeah. Pretty funny. Alright guys, game number 2, and to the bottom left hand side, up a game of a fast game number 1. It is our red Zerg player, Nerchio. And to the top right hand side, it's our blue Zerg player. This of course is Stephano. What, he's such a chav? No, I'm not chav. Oh. What's that meant to mean, Arius? Get out of here. Who wears pants while watching StarCraft 2? I do. We now have an American lemonade recipe in the chat. Well, there you go. I mean, it's just different. It's like, what other differences are there? There's loads of things that are called like slightly different things, depending on where you go. Chav is definitely not a compliment. That's the posh version, mate. No, so the word chav, right? Because everyone says chav, right? But in the northeast, where chavs originated from, it's chav because it's short for chava, which I don't know what it means at all. I mean, I know what chava is or who it is, but I don't know what the word stands for itself or where it came from in particular. But it was for chav. It was short for chava. Like, he's a chava, and so we shortened it to chav. But everyone else reads that online and they're like, oh, chav. So everyone else says chav and we say chav. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's not a posh version. All my friends say chav. And my friends aren't posh, I can frickin' tell you right now. I'm not posh. I sit inside and cast stock after all, I'm definitely not posh. They also call the UK guys also call birds small flying dinosaurs. God damn it. Anyways, we get this underway, game number 2. Fun chat today, guys. Fun talk. A couple and a half minutes in. Ling speed on the way up from both, and we're yet to see a third hatchery coming through for either side. We are going to be seeing a hatchery coming in on each player. So it is going to be a third hatch. I'm just going to see a couple of Lings coming through, and we're just going to be having the little bits of damage being done. Again, a few more Lings on the way up on each side. We see the Banner Nest is on the way down. And we wait to see kind of where this goes. Obviously not really too much action just yet. This time we actually don't have much action just yet, but of course there's always that possibility of suddenly, you make, a bunch of Lings rather than drones. And it wasn't even, last game obviously was aggressive from Nerchio. He made a set of Zerglings, but it was one of those scenarios where generally Stephano could probably defend, but because his queens were chasing away that Overlord, he was just so out of position on top of not having the units. And that combination really did just hurt him to the point where he felt as though he had to GG. And honestly, it was a fast GG, but I think it was one of those GGs where it actually is completely correct, because he loses 2 queens super early in the game, he loses his Zerglings, he's going to lose some drones as well, while Nerchio just drones up massively behind it, or he keeps up the pressure. Either way, it's a very difficult recovery path for Stephano from that point on. As you do see the first couple of Banes of Nerchio of Stephano this game, trying to get something done defensively, and they're getting saved as well when there's only a couple of Lings. But now, Stephano 2 workers up, the third bases are finished. We're going to see a few more Banes coming in from Stephano as well. A couple defensively also on the way out from Nerchio here. So both players just playing towards this Ling Bane style now. So, just going to be seeing the Lings continue to come on forwards here from Nerchio, and they will clean up a lot of those Zerglings of Stephano. Ooh, that Banelin's in a good position to get some of those Banes low. That's really nice, because now it only takes 3 shots for a Zergling to one-tap it down. Tap, 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 and boom. That Banelin is dead rather than the 6 shots it usually takes. So that's actually a much, a big improvement in terms of being able to control the Bane force of your opponent. Stephano lost an Overlord though, so now he's supply blocked. And as Nerchio comes across the map, he's just tied up the work account. Now, he's not going to have too much here. He's got a few Lings still left. He uses one of the Banes already to try and get a bit of a momentum swing in his favor. He's going to get himself a Queen, actually, as he ends up in the natural. Maybe a couple of drums as well, as he goes in towards this, victory. Well, not victory, but goes in towards this cleanup. Nerchio actually up on 47 drones now, because that's the sort of effect you have if you're being the aggressor. As the aggressor, you're like, okay, cool, I can drone behind this. As the defender, you're like, oh my god, more Lings, more Lings. I need to be able to turn this away. And that is the difference there. And ooh, we do actually see a couple of Banelings on the main base. Nerchio snuck these in there, and Stephano's definitely not noticed. So often we see Zerg players try and do this, and so often the other Zerg's like, nice try, but, I'm not an idiot. I saw you put those there. This time that's really not the case, and I love this. Nerchio waited until Stephano was busy on the other side of the map before diving in for the 8 drone kills. 8 drones go down, and Nerchio is looking to put this into an absolutely amazing lead for himself now. 9 workers up, and he's going to run on by into the main base once again to try and do something more. He'll split away and try and target down a couple drones here and there, so it's going to be a bit of a combination now instead. And we are going to be seeing 13 workers going down. Again, Stephano's just trailing a little bit now, and as Nerchio swaps into Roaches, 16 Roaches in production, plus 1 missile attack about to finish. I mean, Stephano has a Roach Roaring, but has he even thought about making Roaches? I don't think so. What he can do here is with the Zerglings, he has a bit more of a mobile army, so he may be able to try and run around, avoid the army of Nerchio for just a little while at the moment. If he can try and do that and avoid the fights, this could still go okay for him, maybe, if he can stop Nerchio from attacking with these roaches right away. Love the Ravager morph initially to save some of those lower health roaches, and that was amazing. Did he even lose a roach? He didn't lose a single roach there. Nerchio, great defense. Now he will move across the map, and now Stephano lost his Lings, and without his Zerglings, how on earth is Stephano meant to be able to do what we were just talking about, counter-attack and buy time? Well, he just really isn't going to be able to. Coming across the map here, Nerchio will be pushing to try and take game 2 of this best of 5. And honestly, with +1 attack finished, it's so much better than +1 Carapace and Roach on Roach. Obviously, there's going to be some Lings involved as well, but I mean, it's just not going to be enough, I don't think. A few Lings go up into the main base of Stephano as well, so he has to go and deal with that. And again, right now, Nerchio just has way too many units. A couple Corrosive Bowels coming down, another couple of Roaches taking some hits, and we are just going to be seeing Nerchio able to clean up right here. As you are going to be seeing the units just keep on fighting. He just has a little bit too much. He might start to get cleaned out, actually. Wow, is he really going to get pushed away? He's making reinforcements. He's going to have Lings streaming in now, but the issue with the Lings is on their own, they don't trade amazingly, and these Roaches have +1 Carapace as well, so Lings won't do great against them, but what they will do is they swing the kind of Roach momentum back into Nerchio's favor, because generally if you can have your own Roaches up, and they are kept alive by those Lings tanking the damage, obviously that starts to make a lot of progress. 4 drones go down. That really wasn't actually quite the game-ending maneuver I thought it would be. But there's other things going on here as well. Nerchio is adding on another set of drones. He's adding on +2 missile attack. That's an upgrade. Stephano still hasn't started. I mean, he still hasn't even started +1 missiles. And Stephano kind of just knows here, I think, that he's not going to have a chance to counter in and to win. I think Stephano, you silly song. That's who. God damn it. Does the song not even listen to the stream anymore? Oh, no. Oh my god, and I just clicked out of expert. Oh my god. Well, that gave me a mini heart attack. Alright, let's get into this because it's aggression from the get-go. To the top left-hand side, the red Zerg player is Nerchio. And to the bottom right-hand side, our blue Zerg player is Stephano. He opens 13-12. So an aggressive opening here from Stephano. And already 6 Zerglings on the way. Continues to mine gas past the 100. Does mean that he's going to be going for the Zergling speed here very quickly. So, very quickly going in towards the Ling speed. And as the Ling speed comes up, obviously the possibility of being very aggressive in the future will continue. So, feelings moving out there. And obviously, Stephano will not be attacking any or expanding anytime soon. We are going to be seeing the Bane and Nest dropping down. So, Nerchio knows about this now. He sees the first Zerglings. And as he comes forwards with this Overlord, he still wants to scout the lack of a hatchery, perhaps. Because if he sees the lack of a hatchery, then he'll know what's going on. As you do see those Zerglings from Stephano coming across the map. So again, lack of a hatchery means he knows the Bane Nest is there. That can somewhat change his defense. We see that first hatch taking some damage. 8 Lings on the way now. He will pull drones. Nerchio will still start Ling speed, which is, you know, if you can start a Baneling Nest instead, generally a couple of Banes will go a long way to defend, but Ling speed doesn't really help you to immediately defend against this. Obviously, Nerchio's confident you can defend anyways, though. As you can see those drones buying time for that hatchery to survive. Well, at least let the Queen finish. Nerchio does see those Banelings, so he knows those are on the way up 100%. Now, just in case somehow he didn't realize the lack of a hatchery here, he should know about this. So Nerchio knows what's going on. Looks like he's going to try and run up this ramp, let the Queen do some damage. Ooh! First Baneling hit wasn't that great. Queen doing a good job of shutting that down. Now, Spinecrawler coming up with this Queen here as well. Going to be able to move down the ramp and get a little bit more done as well. So here we go. Starting to do a little bit more damage at the moment. We're not going to be having a little bit of a dancing around at the moment. The Baneling still here from Stephano. Does a little bit of damage, but not much. 2 more Banes still around as the Spinecrawler burrows. Bane's going off near the hatchery right now. Is maybe getting a little bit scary because that hatchery's low on health, but it does survive. And Nerchio feels as though he's held on for now. 2 drones ahead, hatchery ahead, and a couple of army supply ahead as well. Honestly, with the Spinecrawler on the low ground, sort of feels as though this is a Nerchio game. And now he does have Ling speed to help out. Obviously, now it's kind of like a risk that you don't have the Banes to help defend. You don't really get anything from investing into Bane speed or Ling speed so early in terms of the defense, but it will help you in terms of the follow-up. No freaking way! The 1 hit point hatchery! Oh my god! As Stephano dives in on a last-ditch effort, this hatchery survives on 1 HP. And Nerchio will take the 3-0. Oh my god. The 1 hit point hatchery. And that's just, I mean, at that point, it's